Welcome to the Intermediates of the Unoriginal Quickbuilds tournament. The rules are simple. 2 contestants have 45 minutes, a 24x24 block arena, and a theme just given to them. If one can beat the other in scale, detail, and originality for a score out of 30, they move on to the quarterfinals, and perhaps on to winning the Rose Cup. So obviously this is the first installment of the Intermediates, and you are going to be the first contestant in the Intermediates along with Chillcat. So if you have any comments to make, introductory comments now that you've made your way through at least the openers, now's the time.
There were a few things that I think I could have improved on with the last build that I did while I was freaking out trying not to screw up.
So in the first round, I was still getting used to the controls.
I think I can probably fix kind of what I did wrong, but do better in the future.
I am somewhat nervous of the competitors I'll be going against.
Right.
The increased time.
Yeah, we're up to, thank you for reminding me. I totally would have forgotten about that. We are up to 45 now. 45 minutes. 45, don't get excited.
Oh, 40, okay, I was about to say.
I'm excited to see what people can do with that. Excuse Finn if he starts saying...
You said there's new themes, right?
Yeah, there are new themes every,
Inflation.
round. Inflation.
Mid SMG. One, I think possibly one mid, one CD. He's in my ass and he's in my ass.
Yeah.
Window. He's touching me, he's in my ass. I always say that in game, bro. They'll kick me out.
What are you playing?
Yeah, don't ask a man what he's playing.
These guys say it so seriously. They hear me saying that, they're gonna fucking kick me out again. Why is it just me? Why am I?
Finn, relax. It's fine. Okay, sorry. We have a judge in training here, everyone. Relax.
Oh my god! No, we don't.
There we go. Oh, Jesus. That's a bad omen. Alright, the theme is... Underwater. Thanks for stealing my thunder. Anyway, make your way over to the first platform on the right side, actually, because we're following the order of the ribbon. This one can be really creative. I expect creative outcomes from you two. I've seen Sallad's use of space. It's very impressive. And the Chillcat speed is quite terrifying, so I'm hoping both of you can come up with creative big builds in this time frame. I have nothing but the highest of expectations, so don't disappoint. Okay. No pressure. Underwater. That is actually a really cool one to start the intermediates off of because it's not easy. And so I'm glad the two of you are good builders. And yeah, if you'd like me to fill your plots with anything, just you tell me now.
Black concrete.
And I have smooth sandstone. What were the rules about references again?
So you can reference real life buildings, things, whatever you want. I can't stop you from referencing Minecraft builds, but don't be boring and stupid and just recreate something you find on Google Images. That would be pretty cringe. Just don't be lame. There's an element of trust.
I forgot how hard black concrete is to work with.
Yeah, you can't fucking see any of the block outlines. Okay.
You guys sound like you're having a blast.
Fuck off.
I open my fucking headset. I'm coming.
Who are you talking to? Wait, what? What is wrong with this game? It can give me smooth sandstone stairs, but not smooth sandstone. Great. Okay, that was nice and short and quick, don't you think? But anyway, it gave you guys
short and quick, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, gamers, you know how this works. The obsidian rule, the time limit is 45 minutes. All right, 3, 2, 1. You have 45 minutes. Good luck.
I don't think I'm qualified to be in the judging hall. Why'd you move them to different channels? How can they talk to one another?
They don't. That's the point. They don't. They're focusing on building their things, and then we talk about the builds, and then they just...
They fucking suck.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, this is the first time they have 45 minutes instead of just the casual half hour. So I'm interested to see what they can do with the extra 15 because I've seen a lot of times like they're just these tiny little pieces that they don't complete because they run out of time. All right, so it seems like they're already going 2 pretty different directions. I mean, going black concrete as your starting block, I mean that's got quite a rambunctious decision. This side seems to be more of like a sort of deep sea, a shallow underwater theme, more going to like sort of the beach side of things, you know, like the idea that like there's that like cutoff, that cliff cutoff when you're swimming in like the ocean and you like almost look down there and you're like, you know, that kind of thing. I have no idea what the Chill Cat is going for. It seems like maybe he's going for some sort of underwater castle, some Atlantis shit, but this seems like it's better suited to like a nether theme or something like that. But I'm probably only saying that because of the nether brick and the blackstone. But oh, actually in the netherite blocks. Yeah, I think it's justified that I'm saying that, but we're just gonna have to see how it develops.
Unmute me, you fucking doggy.
You're not muted, you twat. Doggy. Doggy. What the fuck, bro? I've heard every insult under the sun. Doggy has not been one of them. Sorry, I wanted to say something on the video, but you were going, come in my ass, come on me, come all over me.
Short. I cam. Wait, what? I actually said that in game. They're gonna get
this is an unorthodox episode where one of the judges is
Damn,
playing
you push, man!
CSGO comp. You know, for two builds that are supposed to be underwater, there is an awful lack of blue in these two.
Good night to all the girls with short words. The cheers to be Jimmy Neutron, bitches. Go invent some gadgets. Dude, you're gonna have to put more audio over this. This is not a visible video.
Fuck, it'll have to work. I can't make them redo it. Oh, he's building a big pile of shit.
Look at him go.
Look at him go, bro. Check out this expert building.
It kind of blows. No, I'm joking.
Shame.
No, we just started. I don't know what he's building.
So what they used to tell me was please build a wall in between the builds so that the copying wasn't a huge issue and people didn't get nervous. But it seems like this guy's taken it upon himself by just making a wall part of his build. I'm more interested in Cumlord's build. What's his name? Sallad's build. That's
not
right.
Cumlord, I don't think.
Salad. Sorry. I almost wish they didn't know that it was 45 minutes and that it was 30 minutes. That they still had that same rushed aspect, but had the extra 15 minutes at the end, as opposed to what I think they're doing now, which is kind of like, oh, I've got 45 minutes, like it's totally chilled, like I've got all the time in the world, you know, and taking it a lot slower. Okay, I'm quickly gonna hop into their VCs to tell them they have 30 minutes left, so I'll be right back.
Fucking dickhead cunt.
I'm just hopping in to let you know you have 30 minutes left. If you have any thoughts, now that we have approached what would usually be your full time left, if you have any thoughts.
It's a metro station.
A metro station, alright. And how exactly... You know what? I'll leave it to you. Hey, Sallad, just hopping in to let you know you have 30 minutes left, except you don't. You have 28 and a half minutes left. How's it going? How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? Sorry about my tuberculosis.
The anemone looks so weird, and it's so hard to build.
Well, in general, how are you feeling about your build, if you had to summarize it?
It's fine right now. It's kind of barren.
This is usually pretty much almost the time you would have to build your
I know.
Your normal build, so you shouldn't worry too much about the clock, but also you speed it up so that you have as much time as you can use. So good luck for the rest of your 30 minutes.
Minecraft for Windows, is that it?
Yeah. Do you not have it downloaded?
No, I don't fucking have the
Okay, maybe use your Pisshead 5 then to play.
I don't have a PS5. No.
A PS4, sorry, Pisshead 4.
Nah.
Okay, worth the shot. I think this guy's going for a more like very stereotypical what you think of when you think of underwater. This is like what the boost, you know.
Water, though.
Oh look, he's putting some water in now. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm really liking the direction Chill Cats is going in. However, man's missing the entire right half of his railway track. Although if he does get this done, this is gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna remind me like of Hollow Knight, the Queen Station vibes. This is the place. This is the Queen Station. You know, like decrepit, but still really cool. I think it's gonna be sick. I think there's also a lot of room here for a little bit of mystery, you know, to Sallad's build, like with the holding up of the sand cliff face here, you know, and it seems like he's already going that route, building in a little ship. I think underwater might have been too broad a theme for Sallad here, you know, because I think the thing that, you know, he did really well with Wild West was he had a lot of images in his head. I think it was a good theme for him, and so I'm glad we've been able to see what a good theme looks like for Sallad. But I do think, without being too harsh here, I do think it's a theme he's struggling with a bit more than he was with Wild West, but luckily he does have those extra 15 minutes, so that should make quite the impact. And I expect for Chill Cat, the guy whose main criticism I had was that he was lacking a finished touch to this build because he was going back and forth on his build ideas a lot. I think these extra 15 minutes as well are going to be very, very promising. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube side of things, this is Finn's first time in the world.
He's not actually using water though, he's just using these weird blocks.
I know. They're being quite creative with it, I think. I quite like it. Yeah, I think he's going for the more classic interpretation of underwater, which is literally just underwater. This guy heard underwater and was like, cool, I'll do an underwater subway. Why not?
What is this? I don't understand it. Oh, it's cool though,
I know, it looks hella dope. I think he needs to interconnect it with underwater a bit. I think it's being a bit dodgy, you know, the theme is being a bit ignored. Oh, what's happening up here? Is he putting it? Brother in Christ. He's gonna build a ship on top of this?
Pretty difficult for them to do underwater though.
I know. That's why I'm really glad these two got the theme, because I know that these two are capable. Just popping in to let you know that you have 15 minutes left. I was just wondering what your thoughts are now that you've got the extra 15 minutes under your belt and you are now back to the crunch time of the last 15 minutes. How are you feeling?
Relatively fine. Kind of confused. Think I'll do relatively well.
I think it's going fine. There's a little more that I wish I looked up.
Cool, so you're getting 5 minutes.
Y'all know what y'all supposed to do first. Get out of that and get started with your schoolwork. Do you ever
Bruh, Sallad's mom just came in and started shouting at him.
Why?
She came in and was like, get out of there and start doing your schoolwork.
Yeah, well, let him finish. Damn.
Yeah, bro, come on.
Don't put that in there. That's his mom.
A little piece of the wall would have been nice, like just a little something, you know, anything on the right side, but it's just all grass. I think this is sea life. That's actually really dope. That's dope as hell, bro. That's dope as hell, yeah. Oh, this one is supposed to be in...
Octopus. He's an octopus.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this is cool. I like
the octopusy.
Okay.
I'm not loving this. I'm not McDonald's loving this corner, like with this dirt and this stone, you know, he could break away the stone to replace it with something a bit more underwater-like.
Just literally though, that's an octopus. I like the octopus. Oh, okay, so these are like eels?
Eels?
Okay, shut up.
Sorry.
Those are eels. I'm not sure about this boat. This Life of Pi type round.
It is very Life of Pi, but I think it's cool. I think the way he's tried to do it, the way he's gone about it is quite creative.
Oh my god, World Trade Center, what the fuck?
Yeah, the theme was tall, and these builds aren't even close to being the tallest builds in the game.
Yeah, well, this World Trade Center over here, you don't see it.
Oh yeah, dude. I thought I was talking to a statue. I thought it was you. I was talking to the statue.
You should be talking to
it was you.
my
I
god.
thought it was you, bro.
What is he doing? What is it? Is this an airport? No, I think it is an airport because you got the flag. He's like calling them in. See, they fly in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they hit the towers. You know, so.
Not a great design. They could have made better choices.
Yeah.
There's also a snowman. There's a snowman around somewhere,
Well,
and
the
snowman is named Jesus. Oh, there's Jesus. Oh my God, Jesus!
prize?
You're getting so
What's the
far away.
prize?
The prize is not really anything. It's a Discord Nitro subscription.
That, I guess. How do you even have that to give?
It's like $10 basically. Is the
Oh, that's the prize. Okay.
you can gift for.
I mean, I'd rather just get the $10 sentiment, but I guess so.
Yeah, probably. I think most people would prefer
Yeah,
the
but
$10.
that's not really.
Oh, also they get whatever like gift that comes along with Discord Nitro, because when you have Discord Nitro you get like a subscription thing. They send you free subscriptions to stuff, so I have a 2-month Xbox Pass Ultimate code.
This is sort of weirding me out a bit.
It is a very strange interpretation. I think it's quite original. This one's a bit more of a basic underwater interpretation, but it has a lot going on.
You know, the squid's got a
I really like the fish. It's got a lot going on and I like it like that.
Judging, the squid's a big plus.
Okay, I'll take that into consideration when you're gone. I'll be thinking like maybe a 6 for scale, but Finn said he liked the squid, so
yeah, it's a big plus.
So I'll give it up. I'll put it up to a 7.
Yeah.
You could put some.
What these fences are here though, like
It's a CN enemy. I think you could add. What you could do is take some blue stained glass panes and add some electricity to the eels. I think that could be quite awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna think of that in time.
Yeah, he's doing like I assume these logs are like floating down river.
You know what? Maybe it rose up from the. It's like debris that rose up from this like.
I think would be nice would be putting a lantern.
Oh
on
what? Oh, he's making a big leap here, putting something right dead in center. That's super bright.
He's hitting them all this sweet.
This is either gonna make or break the build. I think whatever he decides
Maybe
to
it's
put
a
here.
submarine. Maybe it's a submarine.
They have 30 seconds left now.
Oh, what a Morbius sweep.
Morbius moment. You know, there used to be a phrase back in old England that went something along the lines of "I've got the morbs," which means I'm feeling depressed.
Too soon after, man.
Too soon, bro. Too
Too
soon.
soon after Morbius is flopped.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is their time up. So as usual, we're gonna let you explain your builds, give a bit of background, a little bit of detail, so that we can get a better understanding of your process, so that it can be used to judge your originality score a little better. So let's start with Sallad on the left here.
I kind of went for the generic, underwater theme. I think the only thing that's maybe different is I kind of tried to go a little bit deeper. This is supposed to be like an underwater ravine, but I didn't get to do much down there. So I did a fog effect. At least I tried. I have no idea if this even works on Bedrock.
It does. I can see. So like layered glass, but with a gap in between, so it gets more blurry as you go down. Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I had some falling sand because the shipwreck is right on the edge. I'm not good with organics, so there's some derpy fish and eels swimming around.
Well, I can tell you right now, Janasaki is a huge fan of the octopus.
I do like your octopus quite a bit.
Thank you.
So you've got someone.
Theoretically, like, you get a lot of points for that. I think.
Yeah, he wants to give you 10 on all subjects for the octopus.
Really cool.
So,
sitting on some brain coral. I have an anemone, or at least what I attempted to do for one.
Thank you for the explanation. Very, very nice build overall, I think. We're going to move on to Chillcat's explanation of his very different take on the underwater theme.
So it was originally from an inspiration image that I found like quite a while ago, but it took in its own direction because the original image was like a train station in a ravine. Now it's like a tram stop that's underwater, and I added like story to it as the dinghy, as the water level rose and flooded the city. The dinghy is returning to see what's left of it after it's been gone all the years.
Right, a little bit of a comment on climate change these days. I didn't think my build competition would ever get so political. Anyway.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, no.
Disqualified for sensitive themes.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, thank you for taking us through a little story there.
Yeah, I think the squid alone is a strong contender.
You think?
I feel like a MasterChef judge. The right one is a lot more ambitious, but the left one, squid, is just a big plus.
The squid is a big plus, yeah.
It's gonna be quite difficult to beat that. Yeah, I would have liked some sea life in the other one, but I really like what he did with all the floating.
Yeah. For me, it's also important to take into account the fact that they have 45 minutes now instead of 30, which is what they used to have for these openers. And so I think I should start being a little bit harsher on my scale because they've had a lot more time. And I think Sallad, what I was going to say earlier while he was giving his explanation, was he had a similar problem to Chillcat actually in his build, where he spent so much time building and breaking and rebuilding the same thing because he wasn't fond of it, that he lost a lot of theoretical time he could have spent doing stuff like he mentioned, the ravine, making it, putting stuff inside it instead of just going with a fog effect to clean it up, although I will say that that's a good detail to go with. So for scale here, I think that there's this patch in the top, bottom left corner here, which is just kind of nothing. There's nothing here. There's no sort of coral, like, it's a bit higher up because of the sandstone, but other than that, there's no detail there, and I would argue that
good there.
Yeah, I would argue that wasn't even a use of negative space. I would say that that's just a lack of substance. What is use of negative space, I would say, is this ravine area here. But as he said in his explanation, he said that he was hoping to put a bit more stuff inside it and he just ran out of time. And I think that wasn't so much due to the time limit as it was due to his time management, because he spent so much time destroying and rebuilding the sea urchin.
I want to take a picture of the squid on my phone.
Okay. There's a good amount of just lack of space, like not even the bottom left, but you know what? Everywhere else is pretty much textured, which is good enough for me. Like, I'm satisfied with that. It's just the bottom left in this ravine that gives me the heebie-jeebies. He didn't break away the wall here, which he was very much allowed to do because it was underneath the obsidian line, and he didn't, to replace it with, say, a dark blue color, anything that would just keep this effect in place. And I think that I would argue that that's scale, because it would take a lot of time to remove the whole wall and replace the whole wall, and it would just be replacing with one block color even, and it would do a world of good. I would probably go for an 8.5 if he had done a bit more with this ravine, but because of that ravine is so empty, plus this bottom left section, which isn't even empty at the bottom left section, and then there's stuff above it. These reeds here don't even float over it.
Also, there's a bit empty over here as well.
Yeah, the bottom right. But at least there's text. texture here, you know. I have to take into account that there's a shit ton of stuff, you know, like there's fucking big squid, there's coral, there's shipwreck, there's ivies everywhere, there's eels, there's fish, you know, lots going on here. And so I think that 8 is a pretty comfortable mark to land on, all things considered.
Scale?
Yeah, for scale. But 8 is
10 for this. Okay, no octopus jokes going on. No, I think that's perfect.
Okay, then next moving on to scale here. Now, if, and I genuinely think he had time for this, if Chillcat was able to build some remnant of a second wall here, like even a little bit, you know, not just this black ground and some ivy, I would have been shooting for a 10, but because of that tiny thing, you know, I'm shooting more for a 9.5, because there's so much going on here. Even with 45 minutes, this is impressive that I have to be shooting for the 9 range, but I think it's lost its grasp on 10 because this ivy it was a good substitution and it took still a lot of time, but it's just in the context of the build, I think a little remnant of the wall on the right side would have done a world of good, but not to the point where I hate it enough to bring it down to something like a 9. So I think 9.5 is what I'm shooting for, because there's just so much going on here. The big wall on the left, all the ivy on the right, this huge ocean top on top.
Oh.
As usual, he spent his time very well on scale. I just felt like it was missing a little bit.
Does he have enough time?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's just like okay.
He spent I don't know. He spent a lot of time trying to build other stuff like submarines and shit, you know, adding detail. So that's probably
the submarine's gone.
Exactly, yeah. But it's this balance you have to strike with coming up with new ideas while you're building, as well as trying to build enough to fill the space. So it is quite difficult. But I think 9.5 is fair. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. 9.5.
Okay, moving on to detail. I'm very impressed with as usual with Sallad's builds. I'm very impressed with the detail of what is here. I think the shipwrecked little pieces of sand that he was explaining that had fallen off. Yeah, the block palette of not sticking to only sand related blocks to make the ravine, I think was very, very creative. And of course, all these, like, oh my god, the fish fences,
Okay, Stuart, I have to hit the gym.
All right, hit the gym, bro. Get some
good
weights.
job on both of them. I did good.
All right, now it's just me. These, the little buttons, the chests, the trapdoors, everything as well. It's just a classic example of Sallad level detail. But the flooring of this ravine makes me very uneasy. Could have made this flooring seem more like a ravine, because I know that's what he was going for. He could have made this flooring seem more like a ravine than some ocean monument floor or some like bathroom tile floor or something like that. And I wouldn't bother taking a 0.5 or a whole point off for that if it was just a tiny piece. But to be fair, it is the pretty much entire top right corner that is this weird color that doesn't fit for the ravine he was going for. I think a darker palette would have worked much nicer there, but because of this expert detail that's just happening everywhere else, look at these tiny little panes of glass, there's just variation in the bushes as well. I think I can't take more than a 0.5 off, so I'm going to hit it with a 9.5 on detail. Then moving on to Chillcat's detail here, off the chain. I mean, this floating water here that's got all this debris, this little boats, trapdoors and levers and shit like that, and you know, his explanation that it's risen up and carried the debris with it, and these white blocks to show the ripples. The wall as well is an incredible use of time and space, and this old tramway that he was talking about as well, and the inclusion of the greenery. He even put a little flower on the outside to make spores appear on your screen on the inside, which I thought was a beautiful detail there. Unfortunately, he did not vary this greenery at all. I mean, all of this greenery that is here is exactly the same. There's no variation of little buds, little bushes, anything. It's tough because that is a huge portion of his build. The entire right strip here is just the black concrete that he had. Oh, a little bit of variation here, I see. The black concrete that he had mostly, that he started with, plus this samey green shrubbery that's growing out of everywhere. And because there's so much of that everywhere, like I was talking for Sallad's build, it was just this top right strip, that was such a small portion, plus this detail was so good everywhere else. Sallad's detail is great everywhere else, but this greenery is a huge part, and it's kind of an eyesore because it's all the same color and there's no real variation, and it does detract quite a bit more than that detail I was talking about over there. But I just cannot, I don't think I can comfortably give it more than a point less, just for the expert detail that is everywhere else, like in these little lampposts, and the flooring is quite samey as well, but it gives it a quality of like a train platform which is why there's this black strip. It's amazing detail, but I feel like there could have been much more variation in the greenery of the palette, and so I'm going to be shooting for a 9. Then we're going to go to originality, and unfortunately for Sallad, I think this is where he suffers quite a bit. It is the basic interpretation of underwater. However, how well did he do it? You know, let's say 5 is basic. I think he kind of went above and beyond here. You know, what would usually be considered the classic things, you know. I think the whole colorful aspect of it as well makes it very fun. You know, Sallad did the best he could with choosing the most basic interpretation of the theme. I would say everything is quite standard, and in fact this original interpretation, as he put it, sort of like the only part he like sort of went out of his way on was this ravine here. I have to say this ravine I think detracts a bit from the overall originality, because the originality is supposed to be like, okay, does what he's chosen to do positively or negatively impact the theme? I think the sea life, the colorful sea life, positively impacts the ocean theme, but that choice to make an original delve into making that ravine quite negatively impacted it. I'm thinking of making them balance out to an even 5. And then moving on to the originality of Chill Cat's build. Wow, he took a swing at going out of the park here, and when he started building this I was completely clueless. Very original interpretation of the theme that impacted the theme positively, and based on what he was saying sort of like that it used to be an old tramway that got, you know, like waterized and like brought all this debris up with it. It was this really nice story, you know, and that this dinghy is coming along to check the wreckage and shit like that, and this is the remnants of it. It's a very cool interpretation of underwater, more of an active underwater than this passive underwater, which is like underwater that's always been there, whereas this is underwater that just recently got put underwater, you know, by comparison. A classic underwater thing are these reeds, and I think filling up a shit ton of space with these reeds brings it down to being a bit more basic, you know, and they are everywhere on the right side. So I think I'm going to land on a 9. Let's count these marks up, shall we? On Sallad's side, we have 22.5. And then on the Chill Cat side, we have 27.5.